It's time to get those carpets, tiles, and upholstery looking good again. Call Todd's Carpet and Tile Cleaning and impress your guests with your home looking its best. They specialize in carpets, upholstery, tile, grout, draperies, area rugs, and carpet repairs. They even clean your garage and driveway. Call a local company with a reputation you know and trust. Todd's Carpet and Tile Cleaning, 702-595-0488.
What I love about serving my country is putting this uniform on every single day. While I'm away fighting for my country, my family is left behind to fight loneliness, school and job changes, and tight budgets.
For over 160 years, the Armed Services YMCA has made it our duty to protect our service members and their families who have already sacrificed so much. Their duty is to our country. Our duty is to make sure no military family is left behind. Learn more at asymca.org.
Change can be scary, as if your life's been turned upside down. But it comes with growth and a sense of freedom, much like the openness of the American road. We always arrive where we are meant to be, riding on the shoulders of those before us and preserving the core values that led us on our journey. Join Touchstone Energy Cooperatives in celebrating the power of human connections.
Let's get you out. That moment when people have outgrown their home and start looking for a new one. Each home is appraised to determine its market value, but one couple gets a low appraisal and cannot upgrade to a bigger house. Studies show that homes in Black and Latino neighborhoods are often appraised at less than fair market value. These unfair appraisals leave Black and Latino families stuck in place. If you believe your home has been unfairly appraised because of race or national origin, that could violate the Fair Housing Act. Contact HUD or your local Fair Housing Center. Go to hud.gov/fairhousing. That's hud.gov/fairhousing. Everyone has a right to fair housing. A public service message from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Monday, December 9th. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo, and here's what's happening. Las Vegas Metro officers responded to a report of a suicidal male and a South Point hotel room over the weekend, resulting in an officer-involved shooting, and Rory Rosell has the details.
On Sunday, December 8th at approximately 5 p.m., Las Vegas Metro officers received a call in reference to a suicidal male inside of a hotel room at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Security attempted to make a welfare check on the male but received no response at the door. When they tried to enter the room, they heard what they believed to be a sound of a firearm being racked. Las Vegas Metro officers arrived on scene and attempted to make contact with the male but still got no answer. The incident was deemed as a barricade. Captain Kurt McKenzie spoke to the media on scene to brief the public about this event.
Upon arrival of patrol officers, they attempted to make contact with the subject. However, they too were unsuccessful and determined the incident to be a barricade. Soon after, they requested SWAT and negotiators. Upon their arrival, they attempted to make contact with the subject in the room for several hours. However, they too were unsuccessful. At some point, the subject charged out of the room holding a long gun, which was determined to be a shotgun, in the direction of officers.
Officers gave the male verbal commands to drop the weapon. The male continued to charge towards officers, causing an officer to discharge his weapon, striking the male.
Upon taking the subject into custody, the subject had a second firearm on his person. After attempts to provide life-saving measures, the subject was determined to be deceased on scene. Again, this is the 16th officer-involved shooting in our jurisdiction for 2024. Thank you.
More news now. A Las Vegas man is now dead following a domestic dispute with his wife, and News 25 has this story.
On Saturday, December 7th, a domestic dispute turned deadly in central Las Vegas when Metro Police received reports of a shooting at the 1900 block of D Street. Police say the altercation began as a verbal argument between a married couple, which quickly escalated into a physical confrontation. During the altercation, a third person in the home intervened and fired multiple shots at the couple. When officers arrived at the scene, they found both the man and the woman suffering from gunshot wounds. The woman's injuries were reported as non-life-threatening, and she was transported to a nearby hospital. However, the man who was also transported to the nearby hospital was pronounced dead at the hospital. The shooter fled the scene in a black four-door vehicle, last seen heading south on D Street. Authorities believe this incident was isolated and have stated that there was no ongoing threat to the public. The investigation is still ongoing, and police are asking for anyone with information to please come forward.
And the 7.0 magnitude earthquake that occurred last week in Southern California has sparked concerns. Specifically is the Devil's Hole in Death Valley National Park.
Devil's Hole in Death Valley National Park was shaken by an earthquake that happened in Northern California on December 5th. Scientists are still evaluating potential impacts to the endangered Devil's Hole pupfish. A 7.0 magnitude earthquake occurred off the coast of Northern California at 10:44 a.m. About 2 minutes later, water started sloshing in Devil's Hole, about 500 miles away from the quake's epicenter. Scientists estimate the waves, known technically as a seiche, were nearly 2 feet high. Water in Devil's Hole is normally still since the pool is sheltered from wind in the bottom of a collapsed cave. These rare waves disrupted the shallow shelf that is Devil Hole pupfish's main spawning area. The waves swept most organic matter from the shelf into the cavern, which is over 500 feet deep. In short term, this is bad for the pupfish, said National Park Service biologist Dr. Kevin Wilson. He goes on to say, a lot of pupfish just sank deeper into the cave, most likely too deep for the fish to get to it. There will likely be pupfish eggs on that shelf that were destroyed. But in the long term, this type of reset is good for the pupfish. It cleaned off any decaying organic matter that could otherwise cause pockets of low oxygen. Pupfish survived seiches many times in the evolution of the species, most recently in 2018, 2019, and 2022. They reacted to similar disturbances in the past by increasing spawning activity. However, Dr. Wilson isn't taking any chances with the survival of this pupfish species that has no other natural habitat. The most recent survey counted 212 fish in September. National Park Service, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and Nevada Department of Wildlife biologists are evaluating how to mitigate the disruption on the fish, which are also impacted by groundwater pumping and climate change. Their plan will likely include increasing the amount of supplemental food supplied to the fish.
And this just in, about an hour ago, just east of Carson City in Nevada, a earthquake registering 5.7 hit. No injuries have been reported. More news now. 2 Las Vegas residents were arrested in connection to the Justice for Reba the Bulldog case. Both suspects were in court today, and News 25 was there.
2 local residents, Isaac LaShaw Jr., age 32, and Markeisha Foster, age 30, were arraigned in court in Las Vegas facing charges of animal cruelty after allegedly abandoning a bulldog named Reba in a sealed plastic bin next to a dumpster in July. This case has drawn widespread attention, with animal rights activists rallying in the courtroom to demand justice. The incident, which occurred on July 26th when Reba was found in critical condition after being left inside of the plastic tub in intense heat, which had reached a scorching 110 degrees in Las Vegas. Authorities say the dog suffered severe heat stroke and died 2 days later from complications. LaShaw and Foster have been charged with willful, malicious, intentional torture, maiming, and killing of an animal. The pair are accused of placing Reba in the sealed container and leaving her beside the dumpster outside of a grocery store near East Twain Avenue and Maryland Parkway. Animal rights activists filled the courtroom Monday wearing Justice for Reba shirts to show their solidarity in the case and advocate for tougher penalties for animal cruelty. Foster, who appeared in court also on Sunday, has been granted bail set at $50,000. She remains in custody at the Clark County Detention Center as of Monday afternoon. LaShaw, who refused to attend court on Sunday following his Saturday arrest, is being held without bail. His bail hearing is scheduled for Thursday. Foster is expected to return to court for a preliminary hearing on December 23rd. This case has sparked outrage in the community, with many calling for stricter laws surrounding animal abuse in the state. Both LaShaw and Foster face serious legal consequences if they are convicted.
And coming up, our Las Vegas correspondent, Maria Centers, is reporting from Nellis Air Force Base. You're watching News 25.
If this is your wreck, you need a check.
If this is your wreck, you definitely need a check.
Hurt in a wreck? You need a check?
We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Stop! Don't drive to Las Vegas to buy your next vehicle. All the best deals are here at Saida Trudeau. We are your hometown dealer. We've been serving Southern Nevada for over 22 years. When you buy in Las Vegas, you pay higher fees and higher taxes. Plus, your tax dollars stay in Clark County. When you buy here, your tax dollars stay here for our roads and our schools. We are honest, upfront, and support our community. When you come to Saida Trudeau, you will be greeted by our highly trained staff who can answer any questions and help with your concerns. We can serve your needs in sales, automotive repair, auto body repair, RV, and automotive finance. We can help you with all your automotive needs. We carry most makes and models, and always remember, we don't just work here, we live here. This is our community where we raise our families and we care. Come to Saida Trudeau today. We are your original hometown dealer.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Lerner and Rowe. Get your check. Get Lerner and Rowe.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Lerner and Rowe.
Get smart. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm Chris Palermo. It's that time of the week when our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent, Maria Centers, joins us from Nellis Air Force Base with an exciting look at military news here in Southern Nevada and beyond.
The U.S. Air and Space Force dominated the 2024 Armed Forces Women's Basketball Tournament with their undefeated record of 7-0. We are now joined by U.S. Air Force Major Catherine Foote and U.S. Space Force First Lieutenant Kaylin Immel, who've been selected to represent the USA in this year's International Basketball Tournament against 7 other NATO nations.
The Department of the Air Force team was actually the only one to go undefeated. We went 7-0. I think we were incredibly successful. We swept the tournament, so the Air Force team went back-to-back, so they won the gold medal last year, and then with this year, with a completely new team, won again.
Back-to-back champions.
There's just a lot of talent, and we were able to be successful. So we just got done playing the Armed Forces tournament, so our team was comprised of Air Force and Space Force individuals, and we played against the Army, the Marines, and the Navy. And we went undefeated during that time. And so then at the end of the tournament, I think it was before the championship game, all the coaches got together and they decided from the group of 45 to 50 women that they had playing, which 12 that they wanted to represent the United States of America military playing against the other NATO countries. And so Lieutenant Immel and I, stationed at Schriever and Peterson, we were both fortunate to be 2 of those 12 members chosen.
Immel, reverse layup. Phillips with the rebound. Foote wants a 3. Connects.
Lieutenant Immel and I are getting ready to go to Fort Moore, Georgia, where we will train with our new team for a week. And then we're going to travel to Belgium, and we're going to have another training week there. And then the last week is going to be the tournament. And we'll play 4 games, and then when we make it to the championship, that'll be our 5th game.
Great step through by Foote again.
So in our pool, there's going to be France, Belgium, and Lithuania. And then on the other side of the bracket, there is Latvia, Germany, the UK, and the Netherlands. And so depending on how the bracket shakes out, that'll determine who we play potentially in the championship game.
Kaylin Immel with the drive and finish.
Actually, one of the Army girls that's on the team, she actually broke my nose. You can't tell anymore, but in that last, it was competitive. Some of these games you get feisty, but
Immel just got hit in the face.
No hard feelings, we're gonna be good friends, and that's just part of the game, right? So it's cool going from competing against each other to then competing on the same team with each other. I think it's more about the relationships we can build with, other branches, as we form the USA Armed Forces team, and then also how we can represent the U.S. as we, play these other countries and, our allies, and just make sure that, again, we keep those strong relationships overall. And we're really excited to bring that competitive fire that we had in the last tournament and bring it forward to this next tournament.
On behalf of everyone here at KPVM Television, congratulations and thank you so much for your selfless service. Reporting from Nellis Air Force Base, I'm Maria Centers for News 25 Las Vegas.
Thank you very much, Maria. And Cafe Chili held their grand opening today, bringing food and coffee and sweet treats to all who attended.
The grand opening of Cafe Chili took place today, December 9th, which began with a ribbon cutting by the owner, Patty.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Followed by a $500 donation to BACA, also known as Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Providing a check to the treasurer of the Bikers Against Child Abuse to them for $500. Okay?
Thank you. News 25 spoke with Sherry Fischler to find out more about this event.
So we're here today for the grand opening of Cafe Chili at Pahrump Valley Roasters. Very excited. We started at 10 a.m. this morning. We've got a DJ going all day today. We've got food catered by the Poorhouse. The team up there helped us out early this morning. We had BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse, come and see us this morning. We did a little small donation just to say thank you to them for all they do for the community. And yeah, we've got a lot of people coming, enjoying pastries and baked goods, some small bites, and of course, coffee and tea. That's what we do. We are located right off the 372 at 960 Margaret Street. So just come on out. We're right on the corner. You'll see our banners and balloons. Anyway, looking forward to seeing everybody out here, and we just appreciate the big support we've had from the community and the turnout we've had this morning so far.
Ooh, that sounds good. And they got a cappuccino down there with my name on it. sports, and weather all coming up. You're watching News 25.
Hi, I'm attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law. If you're hearing this, it means you're probably not dead, which is great. Call our office today to schedule an appointment for your will or your trust so that your family can be taken care of when you pass away. On the other hand, if you've recently lost a loved one, now it's time to talk and go over how to administer their estate. In either case, give us a call today, 775-727-9900. Let us show you why we've been recognized by Best of Las Vegas and voted Best Attorney in Pahrump for the last 4 years. Call today, 775-727-9900.
Ace Country.
Rise and shine. Tune in Sunday mornings at 8 for the Classic Country Breakfast with me, Mikey. I'll be playing a whole hour of all the classics. From Willie. On the road again. To Johnny.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
To Patsy.
Crazy.
To Dolly.
Jolene, Jolene.
All the classic country music to start your Sunday morning. You bring the hash browns, and I'll bring the Hank.
I wish you and your family a wonderful Thanksgiving. I am thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends and the good fellowship we have and all the great employees here at Valley Electric who make my job easy. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
While I'm away fighting for my country, my family is left behind to fight loneliness, school and job changes, and tight budgets.
Their duty is to our country. Our duty is to make sure no military family is left behind. Learn more at asymca.org.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
And welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. In sports, well, the Las Vegas Raiders are breaking records. They are the holders of the NFL's longest losing streak at 9 games. Mikey has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV. And now on Roku devices, let's go back to Saturday night. Golden Knights taking on the Dallas Stars at home. Knights on the power play in the first period, 5-on-3. Stone to Hurdle. He scores! On to the second period. Another power play for the Knights. Theodore to Eichel. Eichel makes it 2-1. Nick Waugh makes it 3-2. Golden Knights go on to win 3-2. Next up for the Knights, they play the Jets in Winnipeg on Thursday. UNLV football will take on the University of California for a matchup at the Art of Sports LA Bowl. On December 18th, the Mountain West runner-up will hit the green at SoFi Stadium for their debut. The two universities have only played each other once before, with the Bears edging out the Rebels 20-14 on September 10th, 2022. How about them Raiders? They lost another one on Sunday to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 28-13.
That's a 9-game losing streak.
Next up for the Raiders, they welcome the Atlanta Falcons for Monday Night Football. Pahrump Valley Trojan boy basketball are at home this evening. JV starts at 5, taking on Cadence. Varsity starts at 6:30. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
And we're right to it, the Lerner and Rowe weather cam. That's here in Pahrump, right outside the TV studios, and you're looking at Mount Charleston. The weather story is not really the temperatures, it's the wind and advisory till 11 p.m. and the low temps in the 20s forecast coming up.
Got bills? Need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, They offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. If this is you, call Ed now, 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
Imagine a disease that affects more than 10 million Americans, more than AIDS, Parkinson's, ALS, MS, and muscular dystrophy combined. Yet few know its name. Some years ago, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and after surgery, she developed lymphedema, LE, a cruel and chronic disease affecting 10 million Americans that occurs when the lymphatic system is compromised, leaving one with a lifetime of severe swelling and pain. What we found out later is its severity might have been lessened or possibly even prevented if only we were better informed. That's why I'm urging anyone facing cancer treatment to get educated. Talk to your doctor. Make it part of your cancer conversation. And if you have LE, share your story. With patients and doctors working together, we can learn and live.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Desert View Hospital. We're here when you need us, providing compassionate and friendly care to our neighbors since 2006. DesertViewHospital.com.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Kaylee Bentler in the News 25 Weather Studios. Let's check out our regional weather. Up in Friendly, we saw 44, 43 in Fallon, 44 in Carson City, 39 in Tonopah, 41 Goldfield, Beatty at 54. Weather twins for Amargosa and Las Vegas, 60 degrees, and 75 in Death Valley. But over in our paradise of Pahrump, we got clear skies at 51 degrees. We saw a high of 59. Winds northeast 13 miles per hour with humidity at 11% and the sun rose at 6:43. However, we caught the sunset at 4:28 p.m. Expect humidity at 21%, winds east-northeast 10 miles per hour with a very chilly 28 degrees for our low. Let's let Santa Claus take it away for us here as we roll into our 7-day forecast. We're seeing clear skies tomorrow, staying in the lower 60s, upper 50s throughout the week. 54 tomorrow, scattered clouds rolling in for the remainder of our week, upper 50s, and then we see 62-degree weather triplets Saturday through Monday. And that is your look at the weather. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Kaylee. The lows in the 20s tonight, so please cover up what you gotta cover up. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight at News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.
Poverty impacts 11 million children in the U.S., forcing families to make impossible choices: gas or groceries, lunch or laundry, rent or running water. 1 in 5 children are hungry right now because of impossible choices like these.